We are having here with us Dr. Surabhi with us, who is going to start. He is Professor Agriculture Extension at NIFTEM Tanjavur. Apart from this, he is in charge Professor Head of Department of Technology Dissemination also, where they're playing actively promotion of all food processing technologies. His research areas include techno-economic viability of food industries and baseline surveys for project implementation, product promotion and market forecast, case studies on socio-economic impacts. On this note, we would like to welcome Dr. Surabhi to take care. Yes, sir. Over to you, sir, please. Sir, you are on mute, sir. Can you please unmute?
Sorry. So good morning, everyone, and thanks for the nice introduction about me and the institute. I'm happy to join with you today and the participants. And then also we are having Mr. Pratap Singh from Northeast, an experienced in this food processing sector. I think he is an CEO and the founder of an organization. He is working with Northeastern.
Yes, sir. Yes, he is a founder of organizations.
I'm happy to join. The topic itself, technology for startup. So food processing. Hello. I'm audible, sir?
Good, sir. We can hear you, sir. It's good to go.
Yeah. Food processing, it's a diversified field. It constitutes of different subjects, right from engineering, chemistry, biology, microbiology, biotechnology, and so many other ancillary subjects together now become a food processing, become a giant sector. And then because I don't know the participants' profile, but I'll give you a very generic talk on the topic because startup we are now we want to deliver a session on startup. Startups are the my understanding is they are about to start some food venture. Is it, sir? Because the participants, I don't know whether they are.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. We have participants actually mix of students, startups, academicians, research people, startup ecosystem enablers, generally who are interested in sector, agriculture, startup sector, what they are doing. So we typically help them about information related to various opportunities in whatever topic we choose, sir. To give you the context about the profile of the attendees.
Okay, fine, sir. So startup is our understanding. They are about to start a food industry or food venture or whatever, any ancillary job related to food processing. So food processing, as I said, is a diversified field. So one has to understand the diversified areas of food processing. So basically, for the convenience of handling the sector has been classified into 6 different segments. So food grain is one, and then spices and condiments, meat and poultry, marine, and then fruits and vegetables, and then meat and poultry. So this is a basic understanding. So processing is happening in every sector and it is progressing. And then giant players are there. So large scale blue chip companies, giant corporate companies are there. They are occupying almost 80% of the occupation or 80% of the market of the processed food sector. So hardly 20% of the market is occupied by the unorganized sector or small and medium scale players. So that is why government is very keen in promoting the small and micro level food processing or food startup ecosystem in a very effective manner. That is why government is keen to support by means of assisting them with finance, assisting them with providing innovation, assisting them with providing market support and then promotion support and all. So as you are aware, there are so many schemes and recent schemes they are like formalization of micro food industries, agro processing cluster, mega food park, independent units, cluster development, and so many production linked enabling schemes are there. So there are so many options. Make the ecosystem, startup ecosystem ease and do it for the convenience of the stakeholders. And now the most of the activities are on internet based, on portal based, and become because digital India is more effective, becoming more effective day by day. So things are so convenient. So we can't, or the entrepreneur or the aspiring entrepreneur need not to run behind department to department or organization for their each and every activity, because in sitting at one place they can register a company, they can register a GST, and they can operate operate a portal for availing a loan, for availing a subsidy, for availing a technology. So three components we want to highlight for the today's topic. So especially for the startup, scoping the technology, scoping the technology is so important. So before for getting into a venture, before to start up before to develop a business plan or a DPR, so technology is the core component. Understanding on the technology is so important, because once you decided the technology, we can't change after once it is installed. And technology, if you see in the vicious cycle, it keeps on changing. So at least every 5 year, one has to think about the technology option. They have to change or modify, or need to upgrade, or they need to completely replace the technology. And that is a way the innovation is growing. That is the way the technology is growing. So technology is nothing but the composition of the system of manufacturing, machinery, and the product. So product depend on the technology. And then product is so important. Product is a hero of a business. Unless otherwise the product is proven, or it is not much preferred by the consumer, because it is a consumer based. So based on the product only, the viability of the business will be determined, and the product price is going to give the profit to the company. So pricing, and then consequently the product position and product placing, and then based on the product only the entire business will run. So choosing a technology for the manufacturing of product is so important. But if you see in the past decade, in the 10 years, there is a big transition in the food processing sector, especially in the technology part. So technology choice has become so intricate. So especially the startup ecosystem, especially the grooming entrepreneurs, so they are facing a state of confusion in choosing the technology. On everyday basis, we are receiving queries, and even manager will also face the same issue. People are coming, or entrepreneurs are coming. What is the choice of technology, and what is the choice of product, and what would be the consumer choice, and what would be the viable business? So technology is the core component that NIFTM is playing a vital role. Not only NIFTM, there are other technical institutes, SAUs, Csir Institutes are playing a crucial role in developing the innovation. And we are also trying to, because we don't have much exposure to the practical environment or the market environment. To some extent, we are trying to develop the innovations based on the theories and principles. So second important factor, or second important component is investment. So investment is also equally important. And the startup ecosystem, in a startup ecosystem or any business venture requires a proper capital management and investment management. And third is market, as you know, because market and investment are not today's topic of discussion. So we will see the area of transition, how the technology plays a role, in promoting the startup in food processing industry. So food processing, as you know, started in early 80s was the revolution, because there was a separate ministry formed for food processing industry, and then food processing was started galloping in early 80s. In the late 80s, it started progressing. In the early 90s and early 2000, it was in a peak. It was understood as a very progressive business venture, and so many corporates and so many foreign companies and so many varieties of products were introduced. And then in the early 21st centuries, if you see, the food processing was seen as in a different perspective. So what was told in food processing means just killing the food, sterilize the food with high temperature, with high chemicals, high preservatives, and high colors and high ingredients, kill the food, and then let it be stable for a long time. And preservation is the objective, shelf life is the objective, and then taste is the objective, and then giving some attraction was the objective. Now in the current perspective or in the current scenario, all those attractions, all those objectives meant for food processing was totally changed. The consumer trend changed. Now it become a global scenario or the global market or in the global consumer base. And then food processing, now it's seen in a different perspective. So accordingly, we have to scope the technology, or accordingly, we have to bring the technology to the field. The another interesting side of the food processing is most of the innovation or most of the large scale machinery or most of the large scale automated unit are imported from outside, because we lack investment in development of R&D, especially in manufacturing of equipment, especially in the R&D of manufacturing units, because most of the large scale industries, automated industries, we are importing from outside. Government has made certain provisions for relaxation in import duty and all. So government also keen in bringing advanced technology into our country by means of providing some policy support. So now food processing, what is the technology choice and what are all the products, scope for product production based on consumer preference and based on nutritional, as sir, while introducing me, he was talking about nutritionally important products in the market. So accordingly, regulations, FSSA, not only FSSA regulation, but also international food laws and regulation also very keen in promoting the nutritionally beneficial food, especially the functional, nutraceutical, and whatever therapeutic type of foods in the market. So consumer now, they are very keen. They started analyzing the product, because everything in a mobile phone by accessing the tracking the product. And in a QR code, they will track the company, they will track the batch of the product, then they will track the composition of the product. Not only the primary data, they will also find out the in and out of the product. Now blockchain becoming prominent even in small scale operations. So that will enable even to track the product right from the scratch, where it was produced and who is the farmer behind, and what was the inputs given for the crop, and whether it was certified by the proper agency, and whether the tags are duplicated, tags are original. All those things are in and out. 99% almost we can track the product physically and then quantitatively, qualitatively, and in so many other aspects. So we, the institute, NIFTM, is a technical organization apart from providing academic programs and R&D. So we are keen in developing the technologies, because we have limitations. Government organizations or R&D education institute has limitations, and to some extent we can come out with some proven technology on lab scale. So commercial players or large scale manufacturers, they have to come forward to have good tie-up for scale up of the technology or commercialization of the technology. So product, because you see, as I told, it is a diversified field. So FSSA itself has given more than 18,000 products, ingredients, individual components, specification for or standards for these many components. So we can't confine and we can't restrict any composition or any ingredient or any product. So the BP was the food business operators has a wide range of operation, a wide range of choices. So they can choose any type of product, they can choose any type of ingredient, they can choose any type of preservative, and they can choose any type of input which was already standardized by the FSSA or any international food laws or regulation. So this much diversification is there. And then because you see now day by day, the regulation, the enforcement is very stringent by the standards organization. So now primarily or in the first phase, certain primary or certain chemical compositions are standardized or strict prescription or strict prohibition is there by the standards organization, especially sugar, especially sugar content, salt content, and then fiber content, and then primary nutrients like protein, trans fat, and then vitamins, minerals. And day by day, the standards organizations are keen in standardizing the nutritional profile, and then as natural as possible. So the processed foods are no more contaminated, or no more having any adverse chemicals or any health spoiling ingredients into that. And then consumer also now keen to get as natural as possible. And certain areas which we are currently working are trying to avoid the high concentrated preservatives and high concentrated chemicals and high concentrated colorants and all. So HPP, high pressure processing, is the one which we are working seriously. And then other areas like pulsed electric field, these are all already, because long term, for a long time, these were staying, because these are not the new terms we used. More than 3-4 decades of research, HPP now become available in a commercial scale, where the products are manufactured on a high application of high pressure for short duration. So where we can kill the microbes, where we can inactivate the enzymes, where we can bring the process products as natural as possible. And then similarly, pulsed electric field is also one. And blast freeze also now become commercially viable technology, especially for juice manufacturing. Now, the fruit sector, fruit beverages now become coming in a new range or new dimension, new range of products. A lot of mocktails are available now in the market, which are naturally processed, no preservative added. So already companies like Coca-Cola, ITC are already came out with zero preservative juices. So this is actually a revolution in the food processing. And then it was made possible. It was made possible only by the innovative technologies. And for the dry products other than beverages, we have cryogenic technology that is also a low temperature, especially in minus 20 degrees centigrade grinding, and then supercritical extraction, and then encapsulation of nutritional high concentrated nutrition are available. And these are all the areas which currently the R&D institutes are working, and they are now started establishing the center of excellence in these technologies, which are all used to manufacture the products as natural as possible. And recently there was a company groomed by us. They have developed a green snack, the concept of green snacks. Green snack is one. There also we developed the industry by means of application of IQF. IQF is one. Because you see, for startups, it once again depends. It once again depends on the interest of the entrepreneur. It once again depends on the magnitude of the industry, the size of the industry. So based on the investment, size of the investment. So government has provision to support financially. Government has provision to support them by providing technology. So once again, it is interest of the entrepreneur or the BPO who is promoting the business. Once again, it depends on the promoter. So the promoter must be keen in selecting the technology, because while talking about the success of the industry, we would also see the other side. So many failures of the industry, so many manufacturing units still they are not in a position to continue, or due to the obsoleted mechanism or conventional processing, or sometimes they played as a contract manufacturers. So many contract manufacturers, even with large scale capacities, they couldn't run. So while choosing the technology, they will also equally concentrate on developing their business, especially the marketing, especially the consumer choices, and especially brand building. And brand building is so important when we really get into a retail supply chain directly. When an entrepreneur really wanted to develop a strong consumer base and strong B2C business, so brand building is so important. And many because there are failure scenarios because of the contract manufacturing. So going for high tech technologies in a pilot scale, targeting the understanding the customer choices, and then accordingly pricing accordingly, promotion. So promotion now become that there is also a big transition in promotion, big transition in branding activities. So digital media now become very so prominent, and it's a cost effective means of or mode of doing the things. And then IoT enabled systems supply chain is now becoming, and vertical integration in the supply chain are happening. So everywhere now the food processing and the total system is facing a big transition. So technology wise, because you see 6 segments are large segments, already large players are there. And for the small players, we have to be very careful in scoping the technology and then scoping the product. And then we, the institute, have been working very seriously for promoting startups in food processing. And we will also give the hand-holding support for developing. So promoting the existing technology, as well as the entrepreneur, they can come over, and we will do R&D on a collaborative mode. So we will sit with the entrepreneur for developing any new range of product, new composition of products. And you already, government is keen in promoting the millets are because so many reasons, because the participants are already experienced and Csir is there. And then I need not to talk much about the millet advantages and all. So still millet, we have a lot of other issues in promotion. We have production capacity is already less. So hardly 12, I think 13 million tons we have. And though we are the largest producer. And then as far as millets is concerned, though we are trying to promote, so we don't have a product to sell in the global market. So global market preference is very less for millet. Even in the market survey, even so many forums expose, we couldn't see so many millet products. So millet products are stopped with the primary level. Only primary processing is happening in millet. And then we can't find so many range of products in the secondary level. So millet flake, they stopped with the millet flour, flakes, or primarily processed grains. Grain is available. And more than that, we have developed certain novel products at secondary level, and which are really novel, and which we can promote it as a premium product. So especially the millet based ice cream we developed, that has come up nicely. And then we have developed some energy bars and cookies. And then enrichment is also another area. So where now industry are looking for startups, they can obviously go for enrichment in certain nutritional or certain functional ingredients like fiber. We can enrich protein. Now we can have technology. We can have technology for enrichment of certain probiotics. Probiotics are now becoming prominent in the market. And then omega-3, and then vitamins, A, provitamin A, vitamins, B complex. And because now all these supplements are now came under FSSA. Now vitamin tablets are available in the market with the FSSA certification. And supplements slowly, FSSA is bringing under their purview. So enriched product or encapsulated products are now becoming prominent. And the type of product you see, so we can play with the pricing. So pricing we can play.
Apologies for interrupting, sir. So
Sorry.
we have one more speaker also. We are already done with the 25 minutes.
That is fine, sir. I'll stop. I will also look forward for some discussion rather talking, because I don't know in what direction I'm going.
Sure, sir. Definitely, sir. Definitely. So we'll get back in 15 minutes once sir is done. Thank you very much for very, what you say, I mean, ground reality based talk, sir. Many of them will feel it's glamorous, but there are a lot of issues and challenges are there. We are happy that you addressed them. Give us some moment so that once we're done with Banu sir, we'll come back with the question and answers. So on this note, we'll thank Surabhi sir. We'll move to our next speaker for today, Mr. Banu Pratap Singh, who is pioneer of multiple value-added products and worked extensively on GI tagging for multiple products in Northeast. He is the founder of Northeast Farm Sales Promotion. They've reached very great landmarks recently, especially international shipping of the Northeast products and some of them. So with this note, we'll hand it over to Ban Pratap Singh, sir. Sir, you can start. Meanwhile, I'll share the presentation.
So thank you, Yuva sir, and I respected all the members from the manage, our director, Dr. Sarvanan sir, and other panelists, Dr. Surbi sir, and all the attendees. My name is Bhanu Pratap Singh, and I run a small startup in Northeast, supported by Manage. And this was started around 3 years back. And today we are valued at around 7 crore valuation we have. And we are currently doing on average around 50 lakhs rupee turnover a year. And in fact, the growth will be many times more. Currently, we are just focusing more on development of the models, development of the products. So it's doing good. So this is about me and my startup. And today I'll be talking mainly about in the 3 parts. One is the one very good case study I'll be putting up here about a research recently done on the startups across the world on the food processing, and then technical know-how and the funding part. Because I know I can see close to 100 attendees here. That's a very good number. And I'm quite sure these all 91 attendees can transform into 91 new startups in agriculture sector. So I'll be talking from that perspective, thinking myself in your shoes, that if I'm a budding startup today or a budding entrepreneur, then what can I do in the food processing sector? So I'll be mentioning here a research which was recently done in India and some other developed countries about what are the trends currently going on, the most successful startups coming in, which subsector in the food processing. The food processing I'm taking as one sector, and what are the subsectors which are really doing very good in the food processing. So I will request for the next slide, please. Next slide, Yuva sir, if you can, yeah. So this is one of the sector, dehydrated fruits. Dehydrated fruits is coming up very nicely. In India, we can now see, in fact, still India imports a lot of the dehydrated fruits rather than having own production. So a lot of dehydrated fruits in the market, you will see dehydrated pineapple, kiwi, etc. And these all are coming mainly from the imported from Thailand and other Southeast Asian countries. So our market is building up in our own country, and dehydration is some very good technologies are available with the government ecosystem research institutes like NIFTEM, CFTRI, etc. We have also taken a osmodehydrated technology transfer from CFTRI Mysore last year. So this is one of the subsector on the food processing, which has huge potential and doing very good. If you Google, you will find some of the dehydrated fruits companies which are doing very good business currently in Indian market. Next slide, please, sir. This is instant curry mixes. Instant. I'm talking mainly about all those which is possible with the some intervention on the technology using some machinery. You can make this. So instant curry mixes. These technologies are also available in our research institutes yeah, of the government of India. And this is also building up. Some leading players are there. ITC and all they have come into this. And apart from this, there are many small startups also have entered into this. Instant curry mixes is, I mean, as the economy grow, as people become more busy, they need more such kind of food because when people have less time, so this become very good solution for their food requirements, food needs. So instant curry mixes is also coming up very nicely, and they can be different product. I mean, different whatever we eat as a curry. That can be converted into instant curry mixes, whether it's a vegetarian item, whether it's a non-vegetarian item, and it can be a separate startup line. I know many startups who are just working on instant curry mixes. They have 10, 12 items they started. For example, they started with a paneer item, chicken item, dal item, and all, and they are doing good. So similarly, you can have your own innovation, your own thoughts that what can be product or the market in which you are what products are very nicely selling there as a ready curries. So that you can make as a business on a instant curry mixes. Next slide, sir. Now I'm coming on the dairy products, but please remember I'm not talking here about the traditional products like milk or curd. I'm talking about the value addition here. When you do the value addition, you get more benefit, advantage, more revenue, and more customers also. So here I'm talking about probiotic milk. This one Japanese company, I'm forgetting the name, in the small bottles. They are doing very good probiotic milk business in India. Mother Dairy, Amul, everyone have started, and some startups have also come up. In fact, one of my fellows startup at incubated at Manage is also into similar kind of line. Yogurts, flavored milk, yogurts, all these you go to retail supermarkets, you will find in their fridges. These are the new trends coming up in the dairy sector. Apart from the conventional milk and curd, these are the new trends. And for this, you will need technology. I will come on that side after we complete the 8 startup ideas from the food processing sector. Next, sir, please. Nutritious baby foods. Nutritious baby foods. Every mother wants that their baby get the best nutrition. And a lot of companies, in fact, multinationals are already there who are giving the baby food like powders you mix with the milk and give it to baby. But now many new startups have entered into this sector, nutritious baby food. So they have come out with the nutritious dalia, nutritious oats, these kind of products which are fit for the baby consumption. If you do some more research, you will find this is a growing market, and few startups. One startup I know from Delhi, they have recently got funding by Amazon also. They got selected in a Amazon program and they got a huge funding, and they are mainly into nutritious baby food, and they call it that they are two mothers, so they started that venture and they call it that we are the mother, we know what is the requirement of the baby, and they are doing this business in this particular segment which comes with the food processing technology. Next slide, sir. Flavored popcorns, snacks. This is coming up very nicely. Popcorns in a flavored form, different kind of snacks. These all are coming up. So you see the village side or the traditional side of India, still the popcorns are sold on the those hand carts, very cheap, 5 or 10 rupee. But now the same popcorn with the flavor of chocolate or flavor of some caramel, all and a properly branded form. So 1980 BC and this similar kind of companies, these all are the startups. They have come up, and this sector is growing up. This sector has to grow as per the study. So, and this will require a minor kind of processing value addition using the technology, some kind of flavor mixing in the drums. Then there are, rollers in which you put the popcorn and you put those flavors. Those gets rolled, mixed up. Then you do the packaging and the selling. Next, sir, nutritious wafers. Our Dr. Surbi sir from NIFTEM just mentioned about the millets. So nutritious wafers from millets, makhana, all these are nutrients in the snacks industry. People are making wafers from the millets. One big company also, Virat Kohli is the brand ambassador. They are doing a lot of work on this millet snacks. I'm forgetting the name. And they started, I think, around 4 or 5 years. Today, they are a big business. And they are slowly, I mean, hitting the market of the Lay's chips and Uncle chips and all, which was a trend 5 years back. Today, people are looking for more nutritious options. And if you have some idea, that can become a startup in itself. Nutritious snacks or wafers from millets or makhana is that all that can be happen. Next slide, sir. Cold pressed juices, smoothies. So these are the technology where you bring out the juice without, cutting and blending, but by the cold press technology. So these are also coming up very nicely in the retail stores, in the supermarkets. These have a very good demand. And there are startups who have just chosen this one as a startup their sector, and they are moving forward. Next slide, please. I think we have covered all the 8 segments. So the highly successful startup segments under the food processing using the technology main sector. Now the question comes how you, because many of you may not be agriculture graduate, or even if you are agriculture graduate, you are not a food processing graduate. So how you go about it? So these are the, I'm very happy and feel proud to share that our ecosystem set by Government of India is really very strong and very huge in our country. And IFPT, NIFTEM, CFTRI in Mysore, National Research Centers, ICAR various centers. For example, if you have to go for the millet, so there is Indian Institute of Millet Research, IAMR. If you want to go for separately, I mean, you just do some research and on most of their websites, then there are this CSIR institutes, I may forgot to mention here, CSIR, out of which CFTRI is one of the institute. They have some other institutes also, so they also have some kind of technologies. So if you just go through these institutes' websites, you technology transfer or dissemination or consultancy, some head will be there on the website, and you will get to see all the products which are available with them for which they are ready to do the technology transfer. You will may have to pay a nominal fee, and they will give you the whole technology transfer, including how it should be done, what all the machines required, your hands-on training, and further consultancy so that you can bring out your product in the market. So it's a very, ready set model. If you once identify a product, just go through these institutions, contact them for the technology transfer, and start your venture. And my last point here will be about the funding. So a lot of funding support is also available. Sir also mentioned few funding support. So one is the PMFME. You all can just Google PMFME, formulation of the micro enterprise. Pradhan Mantri formulation of micro enterprise. Then you can go to the website of the Ministry of Food Processing Industry. You can also contact your local DIC, District Industry Center. So there you can get some 30 to 35% of the project cost sponsorship. All these schemes are there. And for new budding entrepreneurs, you can also go for PMEGP, where you get a without security loan from the government up to 25 lakhs rupee, where around 15 to 25% of your loan will be, taken care by the government. It will be subsidized. Mudra loans are there for the small ventures if you are willing to start. So I think I have covered all that. What all the current trends in the food processing technology subsectors for startup, and how you get the technology, and how you can arrange for the funding, including the government support. So here I will stop. Any questions, please, chat box just mention. I will try my best to answer that. And thanks again to Manage for bringing out this very nice webinar, which will be surely leading to few of these coming as startups in future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your talking about various opportunities where they can pitch in, sir. Thank you very much. Now that we will be starting with our Q&A session, there is a specific question about bamboo shoot processing, sir. So they wanted to know some really technical details. So can you please throw a light on that, sir? I think both can address if you are having that. If there in the question, bamboo shoot processing, including removal of chemicals during harvesting, especially the brine solution preparation water, salt ratio percentage per liter of water for shelf life, canning, preserving. They want to have some basic information, sir. If you have any data right immediately now with you, you can share. Otherwise, we'll be able to share your contact details further so that you can help them, sir. Please.
Sorry, sir. NIFTM, we are not into the bamboo shoot processing in our center. Maybe, sir.
No, sir. No issues. No issues. We'll do one thing, sir. Then we'll collect Mr. Joydeep Sharma. Kindly write to Manage. We'll connect to the proper institute where we can get that. So Abdul here is want to talk about his. He has his own product, some related information with Surabhi sir. So he is asking us to unmute. We are going to do that. So kindly restrict to the today's topic, Mr. Abdul, please.
Sorry, sir. I couldn't get the question.
Hello.
Clear.
Is there any question, sir? You want to talk directly? Abdul, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir, please.
Sir, I'm from Surabhi, sir. I'm from Karnataka. We are manufacturing cashew kernel. We are from coastal belt. We have cashew factory here. Over
Okay.
here. And right now, problem is we are just selling cashew kernel to wholesalers and traders. So we are not getting good rates and all. We want to make some products, sweet products or flavored cashew. Can you help me, sir, to prepare these products?
Sure, sir. Sure.
We
can-
want like FMCG products of pouch packing and all like that.
Yeah, you just drop a mail to director's mail ID. Already it is available in the website, contact ID.
Yes, sir.
You just drop a mail
Yes.
to the director's mail ID, which is available on our website, NIFTM website, NIFTM Tanjavur website.
Yes, sir. I want to produce this cashew kernel, flavored cashew kernel.
Yeah,
like,
we can do. We can do.
red
We
chili.
can do. We can do some chat coating, even honey coating. Even we
Yes,
can
sir, yes,
enrich the cashews.
Pan
Yeah,
coating.
we can do. Yeah, those technologies are already available and products are already made in our incubation center. So we will
Yes, sir.
help you to develop a range of products from cashew nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah, cashew already surplus in the market and then suffocate in the international market
yes,
due
sir.
to
I
price
have demand
competition.
from I have demand from some direct consumers. They are demanding flavored cashew, like black pepper cashew. They need.
Yeah.
Last week I got 5 kg order, but I'm not able to make because I don't know how to make this oil free. He is asking oil free, sir. He
Okay.
want oil free coated cashew kernels.
Yeah. Okay. Now
Yes,
we
sir.
have
I will
vacuum,
write a message.
vacuum roasting and then vacuum
Yeah,
based
oil
roasting
free roasting,
now we are trying to avoid that deep frying system because
Yes, sir.
FSSAI also other standards also keen
Yes, sir.
in reducing the trans fat. So we already developed a technology for vacuum frying. So it is already, the products are already available in the green snack concept we are doing.
Yes.
You just drop a mail, sir, and we will arrange
Sure,
for nowadays we are getting
Yes.
the clients through the video conferencing. We will have a video conference call. Then
Yes, sir.
once it is fixed and then products if you are convenient, you come over here and we will work with our incubation center for developing the product standards, packaging, testing and all we'll do in a comprehensive way.
Yeah, sure, sir. I will write and mail. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, Surabhi sir, one more question related to anybody want to get into export of food processing? Do you have any dedicated program for that, sir?
So we can request EPIDA. EPIDA is supporting for such programs. We will
Yes, sir.
arrange a stakeholders meet, especially for export promotion, as well as DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade is there.
Yes,
So
sir.
both the organizations are very much accessible and very much they are coming forward. They are requesting us for conducting some stakeholders meet, especially because export regulations now also they keep on changing. So standards they keep on changing. Food laws and regulations, because that also the area where food business operators can have a reasonable market. There is a huge market, but still they're stuck up with understanding the regulation because they don't know the incentives provided by the EPIDA, and then even so many procedures in customs, so many procedures in shipment, so many procedures in getting back their payment and all. Because APIDA has the whole system, as well as DGFT is also in the process of promotion. We will have tie-up, and then even manage wants to have the tie-up also. We will join together to organize a stakeholders meet in
Definitely,
wherever
sir.
and.
We'll be more than happy. We'll write through our director, sir, because we have very good number of startups from across India, not just from the southern part of India. So Banu sir is one example of that. We are happy to share that Banu sir is part of RKO Raftar program, Innovation and Agri Entrepreneurship program of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, where we are supporting startups at idea stage as well as seed stage through grant as well as training. Sir is part of that cohort. So one more thing is for everybody who is here, Manage has launched awards, startup awards. In association with Samunati, Manage Samunati Agri Startup Awards. Last year we have launched. This year it is going on live now. We are giving anybody is interested, and I request everybody to part of it. Better recognize plays important role, especially the sector needs that. Thank you very much, sir. Some of you were asking the mail IDs of the speakers. We have just dropped in them there. You are requested to go through that. Yes, sir. Okay. So there are one more question related to mushroom processing, sir. Surabhi sir, Niftem is dealing with mushrooms, or they should go to IHR?
Not much on mushroom, but we do some
Okay.
primary level processing like dehydration, preparation of soup mixes and all.
Yes, sir.
We don't have the crop throughout the year here, the mushroom production throughout the year here.
Yes, sir.
But if there are any institute doing exclusively on that, we can refer.
Sure, sir. They're there. I mean, IHR has a dedicated program,
Primary products we can help.
but not for value addition.
Yeah, well, not much on value addition. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Sir, I would like to add here on mushroom. In fact, mushroom
Please, sir.
is a very good commodity, and a lot of good processing can happen here. And right from mushroom soup powder, mushroom pickles, mushroom smoothies, lot of good availabilities are there to make from the mushroom. Mushroom, dry mushroom, and different kind of at least 10 very good products can be made from the mushroom. The concerned person, I feel, should first contact the NRC on mushroom in Solan, Himachal Pradesh. So there they get also the good knowledge about the production, and some kind of processing technologies are also available there. National Research Center on mushroom, Solan, Himachal Pradesh. And then as sir said, NIFTEM is having some good technologies. CFTRI, Mysore also have some good products which they have made from the mushroom. So if someone wants, will try. I'm quite sure he will get 10 very good product line from the mushroom. And some people are already doing from the mushroom. Some startups have come, and this is a very good, product to work on. NRC, Solan, Himachal Pradesh should be contacted first, and then others.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I request all the participants who would like to interact, kindly raise your hand. With only 5-10 minutes left, we'll be directly taking questions from the participants. We have Onyago, sir. Onyago, can you hear us? I think we are not able to unmute him. Anyway, no issues. We'll go with other people, sir. We have We'll go one by one. We have quite a few people are there. We'll start with Ruchika Ramesh. Yes, Ruchika, can you hear us?
Hello. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Ruchika.
Good
Please,
morning.
please.
Yes, sir. You are talking about, sir, some awards. Will you please? I want details about that.
It is just check the chart, madam. It is there. We'll restrict to the topic for now. We have given our mail ID. You can write to us. This award for Agri startups. Please check the chart. Next 10 minutes, we'll focus on food processing. However, we have given the awards related link. Managed in association with Samunati as
Sir,
introduced.
Sir, I can't able to see chat because there is
Okay,
no.
no. Okay, ma'am. No issues, ma'am. So we will have your mail ID. We will write to you. We have collected your mail ID at the time of registration. We will write to you. Let's focus on these questions for now. We'll go to the next one who raised hand, sir. We'll go with Abhishek Patel. Abhishek Patel, can you hear us?
जी सर, नमस्कार सर।
नमस्कार
सर
सर जी,
मेरा
बताइए।
सर क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है कि जैसे मिलेट्स का चल रहा है अभी मिलेट्स ईयर का, सर हम मेज मिलेट्स में आएगा क्या? मेज की प्रोसेसिंग में जा सकते हैं क्या? मक्के से सर जैसे साइलेज में वैल्यू एडिशन एजोला के साथ मिक्स करके हम साइलेज बनाए एक मतलब अलग, तो उसमें वो कर सकते हैं और उसमें क्या गवर्नमेंट का क्या बेनिफिट मिलेगा हमें? हम बेसिकली सर हम मेज से साइलेज बनाना चाहते हैं और उसमें वैल्यू एडिशन के रूप में हम उसमें एजोला को मिक्स करके एक परफेक्ट डेयरी फार्मिंग वाले फार्मर्स के लिए जो लाइव स्टॉक के लिए फीड बनाना चाहते हैं, इसके लिए क्या गवर्नमेंट के कुछ सपोर्ट है क्या?
जी सर, प्लीज सर।
सर आपको आप इसमें एक तो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एनिमल हस्बेंड्री मिनिस्टर ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर उनको कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं सिंस आपका जो टारगेट है एनिमल फीड के लिए, तो उनका भी आपको इसमें सपोर्ट मिलेगा। और आपका अगर प्रोजेक्ट बड़ा है तो SFAC स्मॉल फार्मर एग्री बिजनेस कंसोर्शियम का वेंचर फंड होता है, जिसमें वो आपके वेंचर में अपना एक पैसा लगा के एक छोटा सा परसेंटेज ले लेते हैं और आपको ग्रो करने में मदद करते हैं। तो ये जो एनिमल फीड का सेक्टर है ये एक टॉप सेक्टर है, गवर्नमेंट का प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर है। और अगर आप इसको मिलेट्स के साथ मिक्स करके करते हैं तो एक बड़ा अच्छा इनोवेटिव हो जाता है। 2023 इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ मिलेट्स है, तो जो भी चीज अगर आप कुछ मिलेट से कर रहे हैं आपको गवर्नमेंट का उसमें सपोर्ट जरूर मिलेगा। आपका प्रोजेक्ट कम से कम 25 से 30% के आसपास ग्रांट उसमें लगभग हो जाना चाहिए। और आप इसको एक तो कांटेक्ट करिए डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एनिमल हस्बेंड्री मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर को कि आप ऐसा करना चाह रहे हैं मिलेट के साथ, आप उनको मेल लिखिए और साथ में आप
वहां से सर मैंने कांटेक्ट किया था, लेकिन
हाँ।
सर वहां पे AHIDF एनिमल हस्बेंड्री इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट फंड के थ्रू की ओनली सर एंट्रेंस हम मेंशन था, ओनली
नहीं,
एंट्रेंस
वो
हम
एक अलग
मेंशन
स्कीम है,
सर
वो अलग स्कीम है,
मिनिस्ट्री
2%
ऑफ
आपको। हाँ, और आप इसमें ये एक इंस्टीट्यूट है IIMR, आप नाम लिख लीजिए, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मिलेट रिसर्च। आप उनको लिखिए, उनके पास अपना इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर भी है और उनके पास फंडिंग भी होती है कि अगर आपको उन्होंने सिलेक्ट किया एज ए स्टार्टअप तो आपको एक फंडिंग भी उसमें मिल जाएगा 10 से 15 लाख रुपए का आराम से, जिससे आप अपना वेंचर स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं। और एक बार एक लेवल पे आ जाए तो चूंकि ये एनिमल हस्बेंड्री से भी जुड़ा हुआ है तो आप SFAC को कांटेक्ट करिए और वो आपके फंड इसमें 25 लाख 50 लाख रुपए का भी फंड डाल सकते हैं। अब आप एज ए इक्विटी वो आप में डाल के एक छोटा सा आपका परसेंटेज ले लेंगे। तो सबसे पहले आप IIMR को कांटेक्ट करिए, अपना प्रोजेक्ट बताइए, लेकिन प्रोजेक्ट को एक बढ़िया से बनाइए, एटलीस्ट उसका 1-2 पेज का अच्छा प्रोफाइल बनाइए, क्या होगा कैसे होगा खासियत क्या रहेगा प्रोजेक्ट का, और शेयर उनको करिए। और डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एनिमल हस्बेंड्री मिनिस्टर ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर को भी मेल करिए साथ में, और या चाहे तो एक ही मेल पे दोनों लोग को कॉपी रखिए कि आप ऐसा ऐसा करना चाह रहे हैं इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ मिलेट को सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए, मिलेट्स का यूज एनिमल फीड के साथ मिक्स करने के लिए, तो अच्छा रिजल्ट आएगा।
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We'll go to the next one, sir. Neolog Joydeep Sharma.
मेरा क्वेश्चन मिस्टर भानु प्रताप सिंह से है। हेलो।
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please carry on.
Okay. This is in regard to like an ideal environment. Like in my state, I am not getting an ideal environment. Since you are from Northeast, Mr. Banu, So I would like to get in these things regarding food processing to build up that ideal environment, like for setting up of food processing unit. And there are different kinds of, raw materials available which I can input there. You spoke about PFME. So let me tell you, I have approached already to the government, but least I got help from that thing. And I also, like you mentioned about helping hand. So everybody speaks about helping hand and all. If I'm an optimistic person, I would like to get that perfect definition after meeting or contacting with you, the nature of helping hand, which I can get from you.
थोड़ा सा और क्लियर बोलिएगा, हेल्पिंग हैंड मतलब, और इन्वायरमेंट क्या आप नेचुरल इन्वायरमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, वेदर की, या आप इकोसिस्टम की बात कर रहे हैं, जो सपोर्ट सिस्टम होता है उसकी बात कर रहे हैं, या आप वेदर के
हेल्पिंग हैंड, या आप एनवायरनमेंट में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, नेचर इज ऑल द टाइम विथ अस, मैं बोल रहा हूँ जो फिजिकल ह्यूमन हेल्पिंग। अगर मैं गवर्नमेंट के पास जाऊं तो मुझे गवर्नमेंट से उस तरह का सहायता मुझे मिलना चाहिए, which I am not getting. In fact, like everything, it includes like licensing and all. Anyway, I have overcome that thing. I have started my marketing over here. बट मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि अगर फूड प्रोसेसिंग सेटअप करना है, आई हैव टू सेटअप आउट ऑफ माई कंफर्ट जोन, नॉट इन माई स्टेट। तो जो कि आप नॉर्थ ईस्ट से ऑलरेडी हो, सो if I can get any help from you setting up of my food processing setup other than my state, okay, and the kind of help which I will be able to get from you as you are already established.
देखिए, यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम, मेरा ईमेल आईडी
Banu sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. This is being a personal level question. So let's connect you. We have already given mail ID of Banu sir. Please write to him. We have given mail ID and my phone number also. You can talk to us. With only 2-3 minutes left, let's see if any of the useful question related to particular topic. We are always there to help. Mail IDs have been given, contact details have been shared. Thank you very much. We'll go to the next one, Mr. CS Chauhan. Chauhan sir, can you hear us?
यस सर, नमस्कार सर।
नमस्कार सर जी, बताइए सर।
सर हम लोग जो है जगरी प्रोडक्शन में जाना चाहते हैं, तो जैसे लाइक जगरी से ट्यूब बनाना चाहते हैं, और हमने PMFME के लिए लोन भी अप्लाई किया था, बट बैंक उसको रिजेक्ट कर देता है कि ये प्रोडक्ट कोई वायरेबल नहीं है, मतलब चलेगा नहीं मार्केट में। तो बताइए फिर क्या करें?
आपका प्रोडक्ट क्या है सर? आपकी आवाज थोड़ी क्लियर नहीं।
जगरी से ट्यूब बनाना चाहते हैं।
Jaggery cubes, I think. Sir Surabhi sir, you are doing anything related to Jaggery cubes, sir?
Yes, sir. Jaggery we can make, even powdered jaggery. Even powdered jaggery also, we have a pilot scale unit for production of jaggery powder from sugar cane as well as palm sugar. That can be done, and this will be done by giving a consultancy to them. From where they are calling, I don't know actually.
बट बैंक कहता है कि ये प्रोडक्ट चलेगा नहीं, ट्यूब में जब हम जगरी मेकिंग करेंगे तो रिजेक्ट कर देता है हमारी एप्लीकेशन को।
Now jaggery production, now there is a transition from the traditional method. Now end-to-end mechanized units are available. We have one pilot unit for making a jaggery powder unit. So you can go for a cube as well as powder jaggery.
We'll try.
देखिए, आप इसमें आपको मैं सोल्यूशन बताता हूँ। आप अपने कुछ एडवांस एग्रीमेंट कर लीजिए, कुछ टाइप्स करके, भले छोटे छोटे कुछ 1-2 स्टोर हो आपके एरिया में, उनसे कोई बड़ा, कि जब आप ये प्रोडक्ट्स लाएंगे तो हम इसको अपने यहाँ आपको मार्केट देंगे। आप अमेजन ये सब में अपनी कंपनी का रजिस्ट्रेशन करा लीजिए, वहां पे एक टाइप हो जाएगा कि आपका प्रोडक्ट यहाँ पे बिकने लगेगा, ऑनलाइन बिकने लगेगा। उनको लगा के जाइए बैंक के पास, तो बैंक को कॉन्फिडेंस रहेगा कि हाँ, इन्होंने अपना फॉरवर्ड लिंकेज किया हुआ है। बैंक को डर यही रहता है कि पैसा प्रोडक्ट बनने लगा, लेकिन अगर वो मार्केट नहीं हुआ तो पैसा फंस जाएगा बैंक का, क्योंकि आपको रेवेन्यू नहीं आएगा। तो कुछ अपने ये प्लान करिए फॉरवर्ड लिंकेज का एडवांस में। पहले प्रोडक्ट्स आप ठीक है बनाना चालू, उसके आगे का भी आप कुछ प्लान कर लीजिए, स्टोर से मिलिए, ऑनलाइन अपने कुछ टाइप कर लीजिए, बस बता दीजिए ये प्रोडक्ट रहेगा, आपका टाइप हो जाए। वो टाइप ले जाके अपने प्रोडक्ट रिपोर्ट के साथ बैंक को लगाइए, बैंक विल श्योरली कंसीडर। अभी उनको शायद ये आपका मार्केट लिंकेज का कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ रहा होगा, तो इसलिए वो अभी आपको रिजेक्ट कर रहे हैं।
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I think now it's time. So we would like to thank all our participants who joined here. I think both the speakers who shared their knowledge and ground up realities, opportunity in the sector, what their respective organizations, the government or private, they are doing. So we would like to thank both the speakers for taking their time out and being here. There are multiple questions there. Some of them are not related to today's topic. For that, we kindly request to either write to speakers directly or write to manage so that we will be able to address to them. We have given our mail IDs, and as informed already, uh, we have launched Manage Samunnati Agri Startup Awards. We have given the link, you can apply to that. Would like to thank our Director General Manager, our Director Dr. Sharonan Raj Agriculture Extension. So our team, Jinath and Singh, who was behind this. And last but not the least, once again, our attendees. Next week at 11 a.m., we'll be having our 90th Saturday webinar series. We request everybody to be there as part of it. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you,
We will
everyone.
always
Thank you, sir.
stay online to help you.
Sure, sir. Sure. Definitely, sir. Definitely,
Thank
as we discussed, we'll definitely explore the opportunity of conducting a stakeholders meet for export-related opportunities. So our
So,
directors are also here.
okay.
We'll explore that definitely, sir.
And then, sir, one more information I left while talking about the PMFME scheme. We are the nodal agency for technology provider to the states. So
Yes, sir.
we have uploaded around 40 DPRs in our website. So when we get into the NIFTM website, get into the PMFME link. So we have uploaded, it's open access DPRs we made.
Definitely,
So
sir.
any
We get the
stakeholders
link.
interested, they can download the DPRs. We have uploaded all the technology videos, presentations, product descriptions and all. So whoever interested in PMFME scheme, that will provide you